Hello, Sipstifer.
Hey, what's up? How you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm really good. I'm just playing Minecraft and I just picked up my kids from school and other dad things.
That's amazing.
I know. I know.
Um, would you like to know something?
What's that?
I'm playing Minecraft right now too for the first time.
Oh my God. You've never played. You've played it though. You guys tried to do that speed run, right?
Yeah, I'm saying on the dad server.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. Well, welcome. I'm just trying to clear out a nice safe space for when other dads join. I was
Oh,
telling my chat we're gonna try to make just a safe spawning zone. Hey, what's up? Wow,
oh,
that is quite the skin you got there.
hello. What?
That's pretty cool.
You look like an incredible or something. What is that outfit?
It's a really old skin. Me and a guy that I did content with years and years and years ago had an animated series called Spacemen,
Yeah.
and this is what the Spacemen looked like.
Okay. Is he in
Yeah.
space right now?
No,
Oh, okay.
he's canceled. Awkwardly. Yeah. He
Okay.
has been canceled. Yeah.
Does that make your
Um,
spacesuit canceled, or the suit is
no,
above
I
or
think
below?
mine is fine. I think mine is totally fine.
Okay.
But yeah.
Um.
So a
So
bit of a weird one. Yeah.
thanks. Thank.
Sorry.
Thanks. No, no. I if I would have known, I wouldn't have definitely not
No,
gone
no,
down that row.
no, it's not for you to know,
Uh,
honestly. It's just one of those things that happens, unfortunately, in the 2021, the year of our Lord. Well, 2019 it happened, but it happens, right?
yeah.
It does happen. There's a whole slew of them, like kind of. I want to say recently, but it wasn't, I guess, that recent. But yeah,
Yeah. Well,
it does. Yeah.
in other words, thank you for inviting me to DADCRAFT. I'm excited to be a part of it.
I think it's gonna be great, honestly. I think once we really get rocking and rolling, it's gonna be amazing. I'm
Like,
just like the spawn point was on a hill, and I dug out all this. See, like where it's all flat.
hmm
I dug all this out by hand, like some sort of self-loathing person. Yeah.
that's a lot of
Um,
work. Yeah, that's
it's a fair amount of work. Yeah, I've gone through lots of tools. So my idea is just to get started, because people are going to spawn in around here. But actually, because I have direct control over the server, I can set a spawn point. So I was thinking we
let's
could make kind of
go.
like a central, like a town hall or something like that, where we can just like people can spawn in, they can get some free stuff. We can put some guidelines up on signs, like, if people need guidelines for whatever reason, and yeah.
Could I mean, if a town hall, could I be Secretary of the Treasury, also known as SOT?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm dying.
So put me to work here. What can I do here to help move the needle forward for our newfound civilization?
Right. Pardon me. Oh my God. I had like a granola bar when I got back, and it's really stuck in my throat right now.
You need
I'll
here.
put you to work in 2 seconds. Let me have
Eat
a sip of water
eat
quick.
some of that.
Mm. Oh,
I'm
God,
not
sorry
even a
about
joke. You sipping water, it sounded like the water effect in the game when you drink.
that.
Like
It's like
almost frame perfect.
it's like the Tarkov one, when you're drinking the juice or whatever.
So okay, so we want to flatten this area out.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think we'll flatten all this out.
Okay.
And up here, there's like a staircase here. There's a whole bunch of dirt. There's dirt and rock in here. But if you want to like chop down some trees, here, hang on. I'll make you some tools so that you can chop down some trees. I'll make you an axe and a pickaxe.
This is are you playing Java or are you playing Microsoft version?
It's the Java version.
Okay.
So I think there's like Bedrock Edition is like the console version, and
Mhm.
then Java I think is just the standard Microsoft one. Here, come over
Okay.
here.
Where's
Right
Oh
behind
yeah,
you.
yes. Oh.
There you go.
Well,
Just
thank
pick those up. They're just crappy ones, but
Hey.
so the axe you can use to cut down trees. So like all these trees here, make sure you get all of the wood bits. Once all the wood bits are gone, then the leaves will just like disappear over time. But if you leave some wood bits in, you'll get all these like floating trees.
Yeah.
Like the leaves will stay.
You're not into like the natural tree coverage. You want just pure clear aesthetic.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay.
Like I see paradise and I want to pave it over with a parking lot straight away.
There's a
We're gonna
song
go
about
for a
that.
very yeah. We're gonna go for a very sort of gray, like USSR aesthetic, you know?
Oh,
Like imagine Tarkov, but you know, before it was bombed out and depleted by whatever altercations took place in and around Tarkov.
got it. So if this were the USSR or Tarkov, what would that make you in particular? What would your title be?
I would say like either Boris Yeltsin or maybe like Mikhail Gorbachev or something, you know,
Okay.
like one of the big kahunas,
Okay.
one of them. What about you? Like,
What
do you have like a person or a title that
I just
you
want
would
to be
like to have?
yeah, Secretary of the Treasury, also known as SOT, S uppercase S lowercase O uppercase T.
Okay. I mean,
That's
you can be the Secretary of the Treasury. You want to handle all of the gold bullion and like diamonds are a big thing in this game. I don't know if you know that.
yeah. I'm fairly versed in Minecraft, just not DADCRAFT. You know, it's like
Right.
I just want to be a part of your vision. You know,
Yeah.
so right now the vision is clearing all the greenery and
Yes.
making a town hall, right?
Making a town hall in the middle of like a big Wendy's parking lot, pretty much. Yeah.
Okay.
Just I mean, we could even make the town hall look like a McDonald's or a Wendy's as well, which I
Okay.
think would be kind of fun, right?
Yeah.
Have like some grease stains on the ground and like a drive-through window and stuff.
Is there a Wendy's on your real life island?
No, there's not. We have one McDonald's here.
Mhm.
It's like a franchised McDonald's, and it's busy all the time. There's like a lineup outside around the restaurant constantly. I don't know why, but there is. And we have Burger King as well.
So Wendy's must be a real treat for you then, when you can get it.
Yeah, Wendy's just doesn't exist over here. I don't even think on the mainland they have it. It's a very North American thing.
What's your
But,
what's your go-to Wendy's order? Like if you want to just have a mouthful of nostalgia.
Oh, just a Frosty every time. I don't even get food from Wendy's. Just Frosties.
Are
They're
you
so good.
Do you dip fries into it? Have you heard of that meta?
Dipping fries into a Frosty?
Yeah.
No, I'm not all about that at all,
That's
actually.
like pretty popular. I don't partake, but I thought you would be one of those individuals that partake in that.
That is pretty grim, actually. I find that worrying that people would do that. Why would you dip fries into like a chocolate milkshake?
You know, why do people do a lot of stuff? Maybe because it's good. I don't know. I've never tried it. I cannot say I've tried it, but I just thought you're a Wendy's connoisseur, but you're just a Frosty connoisseur.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that I'm much of a Wendy's connoisseur at all. Like I went a lot like as a kid and stuff, but I'd say like in Canada we had Harvey's as well. I don't know if you get those in Michigan.
Um,
But-
Whenever I'd go to, because I live in Michigan, so whenever I'd go across the border or whatever, I'd see
Yeah.
them, and they look to me. I always thought they were like off-brand McDonald's.
They kind of are. Yeah, they're just a very very sort of Canadian fast food place. But the nice thing about Harvey's is it was the only fast food place is that you could get hot dogs. You could actually get like fast food hot dogs. I guess A&W had like the whistle dog or whatever, but
What
we
was
only had like one A&W around where I grew up. So
what was Harvey's like Whopper or Big Mac? Did they have one?
yeah, they had like their whole thing was that I think one of their taglines when I was growing up was "We make you spoiled for charbroiled." So it was always like the open flame sort of cooking. I think that was their big thing. So they had like they didn't have like a Whopper or like a Big Mac or anything. I think all of their stuff was just basically like the charbroiled burger or like the flame grilled surprise and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nothing catchy, but that was their big thing. Like everything was
Flame.
I don't know. Yeah, flame grilled.
Got
If
it.
that does that make it better or worse or I don't know.
I think to me, when I hear of like charbroiled, I feel like it seems healthier because it's not
Yeah.
fried. But I don't.
Right.
That's not founded in science. Just opinion.
No, I know. Like what would you say that your like fast food intake is generally? Like is that something that you like do you take your kids to like McDonald's? Like
If-
have they been?
If we do, it's like a tremendous treat. I'd probably say maybe once a month, like
Right.
fast food intake.
Yeah.
Which
It's
you know,
like a bit different over here because you do have, like I said, we have McDonald's and stuff like that, but there's also the culture of like fish and chips and chip shops, you know?
You're gonna have to elaborate on that for me. Chip shops,
Right.
like potato, corn.
Yeah, so it's like a, you know, like in North America, you'd have like a fry truck, you know, like why, like French fries?
Yeah, not really. Is that in
No?
North
Oh.
America? We got it. We got a
Maybe
zombie.
that's just Canada then. I mean, oh, you want some help? You
Yeah,
have a sword?
please.
Do you know how to make one?
Yeah. Nice. Should we make beds? Or
Yeah,
no?
well, I need to kill one more sheep. Oh, actually, I was in the middle of trying to dye this. I have enough to make one bed.
You want me to
but if
log
you-
off and log back on so we can?
No, it's fine. I mean, we're survivors, right? We can do it. we can just about. I can't remember how to dye this. Do I need more than one white dye? Sorry, I'm just asking chat.
I don't think you need to dye it. I think you can just make
White
it.
wool. No, I think there's a way to dye it, but oh, you need 8 wool. Oh my god. Okay, chat. You've led me along a strange road here. So you don't have fry trucks? Okay, maybe that's just a Canadian thing. Because of course we have like poutine vans and stuff too, right? In Canada,
Yeah.
so maybe that's part of the thing. Okay, so over here you have what's called a chip shop, and
Oh,
it's
jeez, did you see that
yeah,
thing?
he scared the shit out of me. A chip shop is basically, it's like a fast food place, but all they have is like you know, like thick steak cut French fries sort of thing, like big chips.
Like steak. In here, you'd call them steak fries. Is that?
Steak cut fries, I guess, or it's. I'm trying to think of like the equivalent, but like think of like a very chunky French fry.
Okay.
But made the same way that you would make fries, right? And then they have, they sell other stuff too. You can get burgers, you can get like onion rings, you can get fish. So like you get like haddock or cod, but it's like battered. So it's like, I mean, it's. I don't really eat seafood, and I never did before. Like I'm vegetarian now, like and have been for a while. But if I would have eaten fish before, it would be like something like that, you know, like battered fish, because it's got like a nice crispy sort of skin on it. And
the
stuff.
draw is the steak fry. Like that's what gets people in the door.
Yeah, it's just like
Welcome, brand
kind
new
of
subscriber.
it's like a British staple, I guess. Like just, you know, chips. It's just like they used to, like a long time ago, you used to be able to get fish and chips like served to you like in a newspaper, like, you know, just a greasy ass newspaper, but they had to stop doing that because the ink would run, and it's kind of gross.
Like instead of like something sanitary like wax paper, they put it in a newspaper.
They used to, long time ago. Now they just put it into like sort of a waxy sort of paper, or just like a kind of, it's a kind of like a paper bag, I guess, sort of thing. But it's just they wrap up like you get a portion of chips, which is like a lot of chips, and it's cheap, and it's like kind of it's the sort of thing that you like if you went out to like the pub and had a couple of drinks. That's the sort of thing you would eat like on the way home, sort of thing, you know? Like,
Can I ask something? I don't mean any offense by it.
yeah.
Were you around when they served them in newspapers, or was that like olden days?
I've heard stories. That's like olden days. Whoops.
There was a creeper at town hall.
It was right on you, yeah. Oh man! Just to make the stakes more interesting, if you respawn. Don't worry, you're not going to be too far away from where you died, because the spawn point is like right here anyway. But if you press tab, you can see like your name and your ping.
Yeah.
And that number shows you how many times you've died. So
maybe
maybe at the end of realizing my vision, we can have a tally and see who is the best dad Minecrafter going.
Wow.
The least amount of deaths. I of course I have one as well. You know that guy that zipped in and scared us earlier?
Yeah.
He got me.
Oh,
Turns out he's really tough to fight against when you have no gear whatsoever.
No one said making a town hall would be easy, you know?
No, that's it. I mean, that's the town hall wasn't built in one day, and also turns out a lot of people died whilst building the town hall as well. I don't know if that's a quote from anything, but
It's looking nice. I like it.
I feel like this is like the extent of where we need to clear it to, like the level that we're on right now. So we'll just clear the rest of it out, flatten it out a bit, and then we can build a nice building. Set the spawn point in there, and then any people that spawn in for the first time can be greeted with like fresh set of tools. You know, maybe like some nice motivational quotes on some plaques on the wall or something.
Let's go.
Keep your pecker up and stuff like that. You know, that's never give up.
It's very inspirational. Hey, when I hit this, it keeps coming back. Is that like protected land or something?
No, it shouldn't be. What's Are you like lagging or something? I don't know.
I don't think my ping is 1. So I think I'm pretty good.
Just keep hitting it until it breaks. Oh, weird. Oh, it is lag apparently.
Oh.
Or maybe too close to spawn. Oh, there you go. Maybe it's like. Oh, that's really weird. Is it just that one block then?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? This must be the spawn blocks.
Oh.
Just leave them. I think I can do them because I'm admin. I'll get rid of them and then just clear the other ones if you want. Even like all this dirt here we can clear too.
So since I am the Secretary of Treasury.
Here you go. Here, look. Take that too.
Oh, thank you. Can you tell me what the back end looks like? When you were setting this up, you're just like, hey, just give me basic vanilla? Or are there any?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can install mods and stuff on it. I just used like a hosting company like that offers Minecraft servers.
Yeah.
They set one up. You know Smager, who plays like in the Hafu lobby sometimes. Did you ever play with him? Smager?
I've not. No.
The Scottish guy. He set one up for Hafu and them.
Okay.
Like a community server as well. He used the same. It's actually, I got all the information from him. I just said like, oh, what hosting company and stuff did you use and how did you do it? And he was like, oh, I'm not really like, I don't really do like lots of that stuff, but it was really easy to do it with these guys. And then the rest is history.
Very cool.
Now we got a server. Pretty good.
Very good. I mean, we have this is the bedrock of Town Hall right here.
I know. I mean, this is like ground floor, right? It's exciting. You know, maybe like years from now, we'll look back and we'll be like, holy crap, remember the first time we started building all of this crap? And now look at it. Just looks stupid. Before, it didn't even look stupid. It was just nothing.
Because of that, will you come here? I want to just have a little ceremony if you don't mind.
Okay. I'm ready.
So I think and I know you don't want to go down, but I think if we each place like a single dirt block there.
Okay.
Maybe.
Dirt block.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to lend me one. I don't have one. Do you have a spare one? Okay, thanks.
When it's all said and done, maybe we'll come back underneath the center of Town Hall and see if our dirt's still there.
All right, you ready? On the count of 3.
Okay.
You place on the left, I'll place on the right, okay?
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Wow.
There it is.
Here, have this too. There you go.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
You know, do you have another one?
No, I'll find another one though.
I said the ceremonious apple, but I can't eat it, so you eat it.
I love your skin. Are those like sandals or are you not wearing socks?
I think I went into a Minecraft like skin server place and I just typed in red shirt and this is what I got.
Right.
Yeah.
So I mean that's pretty cool. Like you look really cool. You kind of blinged out too. You got like a gold chain on and stuff.
You like it?
Yeah, I really do like it. Yeah. Really good. It's like it looks like you've got like a kind of like a cool dad tracksuit on, but like a really cool one, you know?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what's going on up top. You know, I don't know if that's like wax on my head, if that's hair. I don't know.
Yeah, it does look like a melted candle on your head. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or maybe.
You have a nice 5 o'clock shadow. Is that like you in real life? Yeah. You have that?
Not really. No, it's funny. Like if I do decide to shave, if I can be bothered, I have like a bit of a baby face, you know, a fat baby face. And it takes a long time for my 5 o'clock shadow to grow. Like it takes a couple of days for it to get there.
I will say I pulled up your stream earlier this morning and you look very shiny, like in a very like exfoliated way.
No, well, I'll tell you what happened today.
Yeah.
It's something that hasn't happened in a good old while. I exercised today.
Oh.
And then when I got back from exercising, I took a shower. And for some reason, my body just decides to shine like a diamond after I've done some physical exertion. Yeah. So
what kind of exercise did you do?
Just went for a walk.
That's good. That's a start.
It's better than nothing,
That's right?
I mean, this lockdown has been brutal. I just haven't done anything. And now with Tarkov as well. Jesus Christ.
I'll tell you what,
doing anything.
don't sleep on walking, man. The other night, I went to my wife. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna go for a walk, and it's like 7:30, and it's like pitch black where I am right now.
Right.
And she's like, kind of looked at me and like, really? I'm like, yeah. And I went for like a 45-minute walk. Like, it's good. Walking is underrated.
It really is. Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, I don't really want to exert myself any more than that. So, you know what? I walked with my wife. She had an appointment, so I walked her to the appointment because where we live is kind of small. Everything is like within walking distance, which is pretty nice.
That's so cool.
Yeah. So I walked her there, and then I made sure I brought my headphones with me so I could listen to a couple tunes on the way back and walk at my own pace. I don't know if you know this, but my wife is pregnant, so
I did see a tweet. Congratulations.
She hasn't slowed down that much, but still, like, when I walk, I want to walk, you know, like. And she was like, I can't really keep up with this pace, so I had to slow down a bit. Then on the way home, I was like blasting at my own pace, listening to a couple tunes. And I listened to your favorite new album that you probably haven't listened to yet. I bet you can't guess which one.
The College Dropout.
No. I listened to Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Heart Club Band by the Beatles.
I
told you to listen to.
Yeah, I got my sips list, and my sips list is Ted Lasso and Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Submarine. I got both those.
One.
Yeah.
Right. So as soon as you hit them up, you're in for a big surprise. It's really good. I finished Ted Lasso for the second time, and I've now started watching The Expanse. Have you ever seen that?
I have not. No.
Are you into sci-fi at all? Or?
Yes, but my thing is that I think we might have talked about it a little bit. If I'm watching something, I gotta be able to get my wife into it too. And sci-fi is kind of like a no-no, but like something like Cobra Kai, which have you seen? Cobra Kai?
No, I heard that's the Karate Kid thing, right?
Yeah. Did you ever see the movies, the Karate Kid movies?
Yeah, of course I did. Yeah.
So
did you realize that the Karate Kid himself, like in the first movie, even he looks like a 12-year-old kid, right?
Yeah.
He was like 25 when that movie was filmed.
I know.
That's weird, eh?
Yeah, you know, it's some of us have a baby face.
I'm not joking either. Look it up. He was like 25 years old. He's just one of those guys that just looks like a kid. Even now, he's like in his 60s. He still kind of looks like a kid. It's really weird.
Yeah, I mean, genetics, I guess.
Some people are just like that, I guess.
Yeah, some of us get shiny after we work out too. You know?
That's true. Yeah, I thought Joe Pesci was going to be a bit like that, but I saw him. I didn't watch the whole thing, but I saw some of the Irishman. He looks like a raisin. He's very, very old looking now. Does not look like much of a child anymore.
Why do you think he stopped? Like, he was in so many good movies and then just vanished. You know why?
Yeah. Well, I think he was just kind of typecast in the end, right? I think after Goodfellas, pretty much everybody just expected him to be the guy in Goodfellas, right? So anytime he was in a movie. But having said that, though, he was one of the wet bandits in Home Alone. Remember that?
Yeah. So my wife was telling me that movie was not big at all, and then she watched some like behind the scenes documentary, and then
was it the movies that made us?
Yeah, I think so.
That was really good. Yeah.
And then they said they hired this big guy to do the score, and then that was like the game changer in terms of, you know, making the movie, you know, go from like an average movie to what it was today.
Well, also the movie itself was they nearly canceled it because they just like, I think they had a change in management. So like the movie was commissioned, they started like working on it. They had a really small budget, and they were starting to film it, and then I think this change of management happened, and the new guy came in and said, this movie sounds like shit and it's probably not going to make any money, so I'm canceling it. And then a bunch of the guys that were working on the movie self-financed it and went to a different studio, and because they thought, you know, it'll do well, or at least we still want to work on this. Like, we got all these people together to start working on it, and they made it happen, and it turned out to be one of like the top grossing films like in cinema history, I think. The first Home Alone. Because I don't know if you remember when it came out, but I remember it being in theaters around the same time as Jurassic Park, the original Jurassic Park, and I think the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie. Those three movies, I remember from being a kid, were in theaters forever. Like, years and years they were still in theaters. And like back then, they didn't really re-release stuff back to theaters, right? Like, you just sort of like it was new stuff and that was it. But with those, I just remember them just staying in theaters for super, super long time. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but
No, I mean, I remember, like, I think the first movie I saw that I was like excited for, because in first grade I knew like I don't know if I was leaving school early, but later that day I was going to see Ninja Turtles, and it was like the biggest deal in the world. And then,
oh man,
but I don't remember if it was like out forever, but it feels like it was, you know?
yeah, it was a pretty big one too. The live action one, it was crazy, wasn't it? I
Yeah.
remember being so fucking excited for that. Sorry, pardon my French, but
Do you remember the first movie you ever saw in theaters?
I think it was when they re-released one of the Star Wars movies. I think like my mom took me to see it with like one of her friends and their kids, sort of thing.
So that's
But
the first movie you saw?
Pretty young. Yeah.
That's
pretty
awesome.
young. Yeah. I must have been like maybe 6 or something like that. I think they re-released a bunch of Star Wars movies back into theaters like in the mid 80s. That was probably one of the ones I saw, yeah.
Sorry, you were gonna say something about Ninja Turtles and I cut you off.
The Transformers movie I went to see in the theaters. My grandma took me to see it, and we had to leave early. I started to cry at the end. That's how young I was. Because Optimus Prime dies, remember?
Is it a cartoon?
Yeah, it was the cartoon movie of Transformers, but Optimus Prime dies at the end. And I was like inconsolable. I couldn't stop crying. Yeah.
I never saw that movie.
You never saw it?
No. Did you ever see the G.I. Joe cartoon movie?
Yeah, of course.
That's like twisted, man. Like there's some twisted stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, when you see Cobra Commander's like Serpentor and all that, he turns out to be a snake underneath. I mean, his attitude is that of a snake as well, so I wasn't too surprised. But you know, yeah, no, the G.I. Joe. I used to love G.I. Joes. Holy crap, I had tons of them. Like that was like my big toy when I was a kid.
Dude, they were the best.
I remember Christmas, birthdays, everything. That's like all I get. It's really good.
Do you have a favorite one that you remember?
Snake Eyes.
I feel like he was hard to find.
He was, yeah. He was one of the more sought after figurines, I think.
And then I would watch they had a cartoon, like I feel like an after school cartoon, and I can still hear Cobra Commander's voice in my head. It was like high pitched, kind of squealy, but very menacing.
Well, Cobra Commander's voice was the voice actor for Cobra Commander was also the voice actor for like one of the Decepticons and Transformers and like every other cartoon in the 80s as well. I think basically in the 80s for cartoons there was like 10 voice actors and they did everything, like every show pretty much. So Cobra Commander's voice you would have heard like in all sorts of different shows as well. Isn't Cobra Commander a Barry Manilow song? No, I don't think so. I mean, it could be. Not that I'm aware of though. Can you imagine Barry Manilow made a song called Cobra Commander? I don't think so somehow. Were you around for He-Man? Like,
I was just gonna say, like, maybe what G.I. Joe was to you, He-Man was to me. I was big into He-Man.
He-Man was pretty good, right? Did you have the what was the guy with the? He had like all the different faces. You could like spin them around.
Yeah,
and he'd have like a different face.
We were just talking. Yeah, I think he had 3 faces, and he was like purple and orange, I believe.
Yeah.
But we were just talking on stream last week that I'm like, hey, I want to buy a Stankor new in box and just smell it. Did you ever have Stankor?
Stankor? No, I didn't.
Stankor.
I don't think I did anyway.
Stankor was a skunk-based He-Man villain, but he had a really unique smell, and I'm like, man, I haven't smelled that in 30 years. I bet if I smelled it, I'd remember all these things about childhood. So I'm like, all right, let me go on eBay and buy a new in box Stankor, and it's like $300. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna pay $300 for a smell, but
Jesus,
maybe I'll buy a used one. But my thing is, if you buy a action figure from the 80s, not new in box, you think it still has the smell?
Probably not. No,
Yeah.
if it's kind of new but it's not in the box, I feel like those toys will have absorbed like whatever surrounding house they're in, and in most cases it's like 40-year-old virgins houses, which probably smell a bit gross. So I would go for a boxed version of any toy, I think.
I thought you were gonna go. I didn't think
offense to virgins, by the way. I mean, I know.
I can't be a part of this TOS.
It's a big TOS violation, but I'm just saying, like, that is like the target demographic for unboxed action figurines from the 80s. I think. I'm assuming. Wrongfully, maybe.
Do you have any of your original kids' toys, or are they all left in Canada?
No, I wasn't. I wasn't like that. Like, I was the kid who was too cool for toys when I hit like 13, 14 years old. And when I was 13, 14 years old, I got into cards, baseball cards, hockey cards, like all that kind of stuff. And to finance my newfound love for cards, which I gotta say did not last very long. I was a very fickle child who just got into things and then didn't really see them through. I sold all my old toys at a garage sale. So like I just all my GI Joes, everything I just sold like at a garage sale for money so I could buy more cards.
You think they're in someone's basement right now that
Just,
maybe TOS
absorbing,
or no?
yeah, absorbing some big TOS smells. Yeah, probably. Yeah, probably. I don't know. I mean, I think it was just other neighborhood kids. I mean, I was selling them for like, you know, a nickel each or something like that. And in the end, I thought it was a good trade. Like all of my childhood toys for like 2 packs of cards, because you know when you're like 12 or 13, you don't really understand that kind of stuff. But that was all right. But then after like. So I collected cards for a bit and then got kind of bored of that. But then it was like, by then I was like going into high school, so it didn't really matter. You know what I mean? It was just like, I was just hanging out with my friends or whatever and all that kind of stuff. So it was fine. I didn't miss it. But yeah, no, I don't have any childhood toys. And my parents like moved from where I grew up and stuff as well. I don't think they have any of them either. So there's just like no trace of my childhood anymore, pretty much.
Well, there it is. It's just in some guy's basement, probably.
Yeah, it's in some stranger's weird, creepy basement, where the only the only activity of a sexual nature that takes place is
TOS.
solo, I guess. Yeah, too much information. Sorry.
Do you collect anything now? Do you have a collection of anything? Are you into anything?
I don't know. I'm not into anything like that. I don't really have a collection as such. I have some memorabilia from like BlizzCon and stuff when I used to be really into Blizzard games and I used to go to BlizzCon and stuff like that. But that's about it. Like I have like a kind of like a, you know, like a YouTuber or streamer shelf like in my garage where I have, you know, stuff that's been sent to me or stuff that I've just sort of accumulated over time. Do you have anything like that?
Well, I was gonna ask you, has that been put in the public? Like, because I would want to see your shelf with your cool stuff on it.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I don't know if it's been updated. There's lots of books and DVDs now. I have many copies of The Mummy, the movie The Mummy.
Why?
I went to a convention. Do you know Jesse Cox?
I know of him. I think I met him once with Mathis.
Right. Okay. So I went to actually, you know what? I think the last time I saw Mathis was at CoxCon, which so Jesse Cox has his own convention that he used to do.
Thanks for clarifying that.
But it's in he has it in the UK, and there's a whole story behind why that is. But
so you could go.
Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah. So he's invited me to go twice now. And the last time I went, we did like it was like a stage show Q&A where we were talking about just all sorts of stuff. I think like the sort of idea was because we didn't know how old each other were, but we kind of assumed that we were around the same age. We had to give each other clues and guess how old each other were, sort of thing. So we were talking about a lot of movies, TV shows that would have been on after school, toys, like much like the conversation we're having now. And we started talking about the movie The Mummy. And I said that I'd seen it, but I wasn't like a huge fan of it. But he was saying that he loved it. It was like one of the best movies, and everybody like in the crowd were like saying the same thing. And I was just kind of saying, it's okay. I don't remember it much. I think I've only seen it once or whatever. And then a whole bunch of people somehow just like out of thin air, it seemed, procured DVD copies of The Mummy. Like, I don't know if they just went to the store quickly and bought them or what, but that day after that show, I was hand given like 8 copies of The Mummy, which I have occupying the shelf right now. So I have like the special DVD edition and a bunch of other versions of The Mummy now on my shelf.
Okay, so I get when one person hands to you, like, oh, thank you. When the like 7th, 8th person handed it to you, what did you say to that person?
I was just in disbelief. I couldn't believe it. I was just like, how are you guys finding this many copies of The Mummy? It doesn't make sense. Like, it's an old movie, right? Like that shouldn't even really be stocked anywhere. Like I was kind of surprised. Hey, did you try to cook up rotten flesh?
Um, what? Maybe.
That is gross.
Well,
Who's gonna eat that?
it's tough times right now. I don't, you know.
It's true. Yeah, we don't have any food. We could try to plant a farm if you want.
Yeah.
Maybe get some bread going or something.
I feel kind of bad right now because the one thing you told me to do, you're like, hey, don't leave chunks of tree. There's chunks of trees, so I'm trying to do that
tidy
right now.
up.
Yeah.
We don't want to see any trees around here anymore. Like the idea is eventually, this is going to be a booming metropolis with all of like our dumb. Oh shit! There's a child chasing me here. You seen this?
Yeah, I got a good view of it.
Fuck, he hit me once too. With everybody's like dorky, weird Pee Wee Herman houses that we're gonna all make, right?
Ooh.
We'll give everybody a plot of land and just say, build something beautiful, a reflection on you, and it's just gonna be a lot of like penis-shaped buildings, I guess. Probably.
Is that what yours is gonna be? Have you put some thought into it, or are you just gonna go?
Well, I was gonna make like a big tower that's gonna be kind of like a tube sort of cylinder shape. So I guess it's like almost like that, yeah.
Did you ever get into Magic the Gathering?
No, I never did. Did you?
Yeah, after the stream today, just Google the card Ivory Tower from the revised set, and then maybe you could. I think if you align your Minecraft building with that, I think you'll probably knock out 2 birds with 1 stone.
Ivory Tower. Okay,
yeah.
I'll do it. Maybe I'll do a faithful miniaturized reconstruction of it. You know,
it'd be very impressive.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good actually. I was gonna ask you something about what was I gonna ask you about? I think it was on the topic of like kids shows and stuff. Oh yeah, sorry, I mentioned Pee Wee Herman.
Yeah.
Did you ever watch Pee Wee's Playhouse or anything like that?
I was big into Pee Wee when I was a kid, and I would regularly have nightmares. I don't know if you remember this, but there's 2 things. One, to this day, the movie, I will cover my eyes during Large Marge. But yes, I just like I'll watch anything. I can't get myself to watch that. But during the show, like Pee Wee had a show, I think it was Saturday morning. There was this guy. He was like a huge head with a big nose and like a mustache coming out, but he would just had feet. So it was like a huge face walking around with feet. And I
think I remember.
Yeah, and I would wake up every like so often and just be like in a terrified sweat, and because I thought that guy was coming to get me.
Yeah. Do you know what? I have not that guy. I don't remember him very well, and not actually from Pee Wee's Playhouse. But do you remember Sesame Street, 1980s?
Yeah.
Sesame Street.
Yeah.
Do you remember Guy Smiley? Remember he would like play the piano, and every once in a while he would just like flip out and start hitting the keys like with his head and stuff. Do you remember that guy?
I think I'm confusing that with the baker from the Muppets, but I would have to see a picture of him.
I don't know if I can find one for you like right away, but I'll get one for you eventually. But anyway, he would play the piano, and then every once in a while he would just like kind of flip out and start playing the piano with his head, but like quite violently. But they were Muppets, right? It didn't matter. That one was the one for me. I would leave the room screaming, apparently, as a child. Every time that guy came on, I just couldn't deal with it for whatever reason. I don't know. Maybe he was just like too much or something.
Sounds like
the Swedish Chef I was fine with. It was just that. My son, funnily enough, I don't know if you guys get. Do you guys get Teletubbies over there? Is that a show that's on TV?
It was. I mean, it was way after when I was a kid.
Yeah. No, I mean, do like your kids like would they have watched that or
no? No. That's like old. Like that's older than Barney, isn't it? Or no?
Oh, maybe. I don't know. I just like, I know over here there's sometimes they show like older shows like every once in a while, like classics, you know, like on kids TV. But on Teletubbies they had this vacuum cleaner, and he's just a vacuum cleaner that had eyes, and like the hose for the vacuum cleaner was meant to be like his snout or whatever. I don't know what it was. He was like harmless enough looking, but my son would be screaming, crying every time it came on.
I mean, it sounds terrifying.
He hated it. Yeah, I don't know why. Like, there's nothing. I love what you've done here. This is nice. This is a really nice addition to the town hall. Beautiful. Oh God, really sprucing the place up. Look at this. It'll be better. It'll be better.
Yeah.
Well, oh my God. Quickly before I gotta go in like 5 minutes.
Yeah, me too.
I'm playing Among Us with Hafu and them today. But if you're around like this time regularly, like we should just like hang out for a bit and play some Minecraft.
I'm with it, man.
Before you start. Yeah. Okay. Cool. I just wanted to ask you, how's your Tarkoving going before I go?
You know, it's been going really well. I've been enjoying it. I actually played for the first time, like not on camera, Friday night, and I'd never done that because you know
with Apollo and Steve and them.
Yeah, and it was like
I think I must have just missed you. I was playing with them. I think probably right before you joined, but because of the time difference, it's probably just worked out that way.
Yeah,
sort of thing. It
was just a lot of fun because I play so much solo where I'm always going to get up against 2 to 3 sweat lords. It was nice to be on the other side of that for once, you know. So we'll have to play some of that too, man.
Yeah, for sure. I played. I was playing with JP last night. Just like in the I wasn't streaming. I just joined him like while he was streaming. It was like late in the evening for me, and I killed a guy. I one-tapped him with an SKS without a scope or anything, just iron sights. Like I took in like a really sort of like rough and ready rig because we were just doing some quests and stuff. And I one-tapped this guy kind of accidentally. Like I meant to shoot at him, but I didn't realize I was going to drop him. Went to loot him, and he had like $3 million worth of stuff on him. He had like the sweatiest sniper rifle I've ever seen in my life. Like you can't even buy it on the flea market. It was like insane.
For you, and like, because I'd never really done it, like playing a game not on stream, like for me, like there's just something different about it. I just was really enjoyable. I don't know, like, do you find that? Like,
I'm used to it. I play like in the evenings, like I still game heavily. Like after my wife like goes to bed and the kids are asleep and stuff, I just come back out here like and game into like the early hours in the morning anyway. So like Tarkov I've been playing recently, but before that I'd play like Path of Exile or whatever, Rust. We used to play a lot of Rust. Like there's just like I've got like different sort of pods of friends that I can play different games with and stuff. So it's just like over the years I've just like created this sort of network of like gamers. Like some of them I do content with, some of them are just people I know from, you know, playing WoW or whatever, but like it's just good to have all that because I still like gaming a lot. Like, not just for streaming and stuff, like in my spare time too. Yeah. Not that I'm any good at it. I still suck really bad. But
no, I mean, I could definitely do this like before show stuff. But before we go, anything. So what's the next move? Like if I pop in here, what do you want me to clear out?
If you pop in here, I mean, obviously it's going to be running 24/7. You're welcome anytime. Like just do whatever you want. You don't even need to be streaming it or whatever. It's a server that we can use for whatever, right? Like we can do what we did today, have a chat, just build some stuff. If you want to fart around in your spare time, hop on. Just do what you want. It doesn't matter, honestly. Like my idea for this is because the spawn point is around here was just to clear it out and make it easier for people to spawn in so they'll see stuff, you know, like, and not just be out in the woods in the dark, you know, getting killed by creepers and stuff. But if you want to build something else here, go for it. We'll just I can move the spawn points around and everything. It's no problem.
So this will be like town hall then, and then we'll kind of
I think so. Okay. Yeah, I'd like maybe just like some sort of like atrium or something, you know, where you start and then there's just stuff around available, and then you know, potentially later we can connect it up with some minecart tracks or like you know, roads or you like that? I see you shaking. You the planning. You like the planning?
I'm a big, like, if you just put like the skeleton frame, I'll fill it with all the guts, you know.
All right. Yeah. All right. Yeah, good. Well, I mean, we've got a couple of people like in now, but you know, if you know anybody that wants to join or whatever, and likewise, like if I've got a couple of other people that I've like asked to join and stuff, so you know, it might be a good opportunity to meet other people or ignore new people or whatever you want to do. You know.
Cool. All right, Sips. Good luck in Among Us.
Thank you so much, Dan. I'll talk to you soon. It's a pleasure as always.
All right, see you, man.
All right, peace, man. See you later. Bye.